Hey, this is one and only Don Kryptonium, the wisest crypto influencer of all times. Today we are going to discuss on really burning subjects of interchain security. And if you were around, you know this is probably the hottest expectation of 2023 when it comes to the Cosmos ecosystem. This is why today we are going to discuss the positives and the negatives. We are going to see if the interchain security will be win for everyone. Will it be win for some and misery for few? Or is it going to be a misery on all fronts? Before we start, remember to like this video to support Don Kryptonium. And remember to comment on this video to share your opinions. People ask me, Don Kryptonium, should I buy Cosmos? What they really mean, should I buy Atom, which is the token of the Cosmos Hub? You see, I tell them, I don't really know, because you need to understand that Cosmos Hub doesn't have any utility. But still, it has the largest market cap by far. As of now, it's just shy of $3 billion. Out of this, nearly $2 billion is actually staked, securing the network. And also, it has deepest liquidity by far, despite Osmosis trying to take the crown. Osmosis is much smaller chain. So how you can use the Cosmos Hub? You see, when you have more valuable chain, it means more money is required to take control over the chain. Let's say you have Cosmos Hub. If someone would like to get the majority stake in the hub, if someone would like to get over 33% to have influence over token, and if someone would have over 66% to get control over the chain, it would be very difficult. But if you have chain that have market cap of, let's say, only $1 million, and if there is enough liquidity, the person could get over control of the chain, because maybe that would be financially beneficial for this person. So this is how we get into the subject of interchain security. Those small chains, instead of looking for their own validators, and because of the small size, they could be more endangered, they could borrow this large security. And the validator set of the Cosmos Hub, which is 175 validators to secure the chains. But there is some questions, and I'm going to look through these questions in this video. And at first, I'm going to focus on the positive, but as we go to the end of this video, I want to show you some problems, some very big problems. So let's start with first. If someone will choose to be secured by the hub, which, by the way, probably will come within the next 6 months. I might be wrong. I know that the voting should be there in January. So the Cosmos governance will vote if they want to implement interchain security. So this is Tyborg. Tyborg work for Informal Systems, I believe, or it's Interchain Foundation, I believe, Informal Systems. So he said consumer chains will also be able to do everything regular chains can do. They get complete control over the entire stack, including consensus. Consumer chains are just extra secured version of the sovereign chain. So it means when you get secured by the Cosmos, the validator of set of Cosmos doesn't decide of your consensus. They only provide security and nothing more. You stay as the independent chain. But what's more important, Doggy from Figment asking, can you expand upon how they have control over consensus? Not sure if I missed something, but can a consumer chain implement a consensus mechanism other than Tendermint, which the hub uses? If so, how do that work? In theory, yes. The chain just need to be able to communicate over IBC, receive the validator power updates from the hub. So you see, most of the Cosmos chains use Tendermint consensus mechanism. So the 6 seconds blocks, and the speed, the capabilities. But it also means that you could build chains with other consensus. And recently I was telling you about the Composable that build their own Cosmos stack. And with that, you will be able to connect to Cosmos, which means, if I read correctly, we might have non-Cosmos chains, the chains that don't have Tendermint consensus mechanism, that will be using security of the hub, even having different consensus mechanisms. So beyond that, of course, when it comes to voting, when it comes to the chain decisions, they will have independent voice. There's already line of chains that want to use the hub security. I believe some of them maybe don't really need that, but here is the list by the Rob. So first of all, the most popular is probably Neutron. If I want to present you Neutron, this will be smart contract platform. So imagine Juno. It will be pretty much the same chain, but instead of Juno that is secured now by $80 million value, it will be secured by, well, Juno is secured by little less. It's staked assets. But so Neutron will be secured by the staked amount of the Cosmos hub. Does it mean better? Does it mean worse? Well, when it comes to security, it probably means better, but it doesn't mean the Juno network is secured. You need to know that to buy majority voting power, majority stake, you would need a lot of liquidity, which would push the price probably way more than 100x. For me, what's more exciting than Neutron is the fact that we will have native stablecoin coming to Cosmos, and this stablecoin will also be consumer chain. What it means that Cosmos stakers, Atom stakers, will be receiving, well, Neutron fees, but you also be receiving native USDC coin. Some other chains is this Polymer DAO, DEX, which is Duality. I don't know much. There is liquid staking, and it's mentioned Lido Finance, which is not really correct because Lido Finance will be just application on the Neutron. It will not be consumer chain. So, but it states here. And there is also Stridezone, which I have questioned because I know Stridezone, for example, have their own validator set. So if they're going to use the Cosmos Hub security to extra secure themselves, it means they also have to pay the rewards to the Atom stakers. And that could get expensive. Let me know what you think about this. Should the Stride also be secured by the hub, or they are fine being secured by themselves? So on-chain NFT, Simply Staking, MEV, Fairblock, and Coffee by Informal Link. This is non-specific, so this is few chains. There is much more coming. So how about we get to some more difficult news? So I have this tweet from Zdinadex. I don't know how to read. It's Stake Lab, and he also worked for the Ledger, and he left this tweet. So this will be the first thing. So he says, gonna be fun when ICS launch with already validators struggling with the same without any strong activity. So you know how interchain security works and how difficult it's going to be for validator. For each additional chain, the validator have to have new node. If you have 10 chains, the validator have to have 10 nodes. 100 chains, 100, potentially 1,000 nodes. You can imagine how expensive it will be, how difficult it will be to look after all that. And the worst part, you get slashed on the consumer chain, you get slashed on the hub. What means only the highest quality validators will be able to compete on the hub. And this is the least, people already struggle. How much will they struggle when there will be tens of chains or hundreds of chains that require your attention? And here's the concern that I have. I believe this game will become extremely difficult. Those independent validators that rent the servers, or run the server from home, their job will become much more expensive because they will have to rent more servers. And at the start of the interchain security, it's hard to imagine that this will be profitable business. You can see a lot of the small chains. You can see the Stride. We don't know about Neutron, but the costs of the node will be higher. It's quite possible it will be higher, at least for many smaller validators, than the value provided from them. Neutron, for example, will pay 25% of the fees. Will it be enough to cover the server costs? It might be not. And if there will be hundreds of chains that will not be profitable, the companies that surely will be able to do it will be the largest validators and the big companies that have large team and manage large infrastructure. I could probably mention the Figment, Block Demon, I believe, and some of these big companies. So it could mean that the hub will not be a place for small independent validators. It will be very difficult, and they might look for the business in the sovereign chains instead of the hub. Does it mean the hub will be less secure? Well, not really. Some could make argument it will be positive, because with that, only the best validators will be securing. It will be institutions. It will be more centralized maybe, but it will be very secure. So also Jehan left the tweet. We have 175 redundancy already on most Cosmos chains. What does anyone care about validator uptime? So you need to know if the validator misses some blocks, it's not really the end of the world yet. So I don't think we should be focused. We should be focused to stay up and not get slashed. So this is the things. With the problems, it will be very expensive. It will be very difficult. So for non-experienced validators, the game is done. But also the question is, will the Cosmos Hub, will the Interchain security will be profitable? Because we don't know if the fees from the other networks will provide sustainable value. For the stakers, it will be easy because you don't make any costs. The issue will be on validators. So it could be unprofitable for years, but the good thing, those large companies, they have a lot of funds. They can run this because they might bet on the future success. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Once again, like this video, let me know what you think. Serious video from me because many people complain, Don Kryptonium, not enough love. So this time, Don Kryptonium show you love. There is Meow resting on my lap right now. I hope you like this new lens. And with that, Don Kryptonium's out. Till the next time. It's for the thumbnail. Might use different lens for the thumbnail. Bye bye.